Tedler's all over that. David
That is
Tedler, shout out to you.
unbelievable.
But
Oh
still,
my gosh, that's a wild stat.
isn't yeah, wild.
ジャイアンツとの第3戦目の大谷翔平選手の圧倒的なピッチングは1日経っても MLB で話題の的でした。試合直後のジャイアンツ放送局は自虐ネタでずっと大谷の話をし続けました。そして大谷のジャイアンツに対する驚くような記録が明らかにされました。その模様を訳しましたのでご覧ください。
Shohei Ohtani. There's not much else to say here, George.
I mean, I really don't know what else everybody expected. This is what he's been doing. I mean, he lowers his career ERA against the Giants to .32. He lowers his season ERA to now .82. I mean, the guy really might have a goal in his mind, of trying to win a Cy Young after winning 4 unanimous MVPs. But, I mean, look, the stuff was obviously all very, very good. Eight punch-outs in his 7 innings, just over 100 pitches. He walked a couple guys, which... You know, you don't really see him do that often. He gave us a few chances that we weren't able to capitalize on, but the stuff was just really good. And when he got into some of those pitchers' counts and ahead in the count, it was really tough for the Giants hitters to make anything with some of his really good secondary offerings.
Yeah, you pretty much summed it up. I mean, as far as the offense goes, they did have a couple opportunities. They had one in the first inning, first and third with 2 outs. Didn't come through. Ohtani has been doing that to everybody. Then in the third, they had a man in scoring position, couldn't get a key hit. And then in the 7th, you know, they only had 3 more hits the rest of the way, but in the 7th they had 2 on, and Gilbert hit a bullet to left center, and that was really their big chance to get back in the game. Call made a nice catch, and Adames was doubled off. Must look like he probably didn't know how many outs there were because he just took off running. He doesn't just do that. So, but that was their shot. Again, Ohtani, too much, and I agree with you. Look, he's been a great hitter. He's not hitting now, right? And people have said he wants to win a Cy Young, so he's trying to stay healthy and pitch. And he's certainly pitching like the best pitcher in the league right now.
Ohtani hasn't hit in 3 of his last 4 starts when it comes to the stuff on the mound. Maybe that's helping him. And to be fair to the Giants offense, .97 ERA coming into this game. So not many batters are getting hits off Shohei Ohtani. And that is what, well, this isn't going to come as a huge shock, but he's been really, really good. When you look at some of the numbers here now, .32 career ERA against the Giants in 28 innings pitched. 33 punch-outs, 8 walks, the .96 whip. It's hard to point to one thing or another because he's just really good all the way around. Tonight, 7 innings, gave up 4 hits, 0 earned runs, 2 walks, 8 punch-outs. If you can sum it up, or I guess use any other words to describe what he does, George, how would you?
Again, we talked about it in pregame. This guy's fastball sits at 98 miles an hour. That's his average fastball. There were a couple times tonight that 101 popped up on the scoreboard. So when you have to get as a hitter, and I was never a hitter, but when you have to gear up for 100 miles an hour, everything else that has some movement is just very difficult. And you either have to think along or have some sort of way to eliminate a side of the plate or try to figure out what you're going to do in those counts. And he's throwing a sweeper, he's throwing a slider, he's throwing that knuckle curve that he drops in sometimes. He's got a split, he's got a cutter. That's a lot of offerings for you to have in the back of your mind. And that can vary from count to count because he's very comfortable throwing anything in any of those counts. But the one thing that he does incredibly well is he comes at you with his fastball. It's a very good fastball. He locates it very, very well for how hard he throws. And everything kind of just gets established off of that. He'll tunnel all of it. He made a couple mistakes that he got some swings and misses on with some strikeouts today as well. But that just goes to show you how much on edge these hitters can be when they're gearing up for triple digits potentially coming.
Well, George, I've seen you hit before. And you
I put together some good at-bats.
Yes, you did. And you summed it up perfectly. No, seriously, when you throw that hard, you know, it's hard to be ready for the other pitches. And you saw some of the highlights there. And then he throws that fastball up, and you're gearing up, and it's tough to lay off of a lot of pitches. His sweeper is a big pitch for him as well. He used that very well. He throws it in good spots. You know, he doesn't throw as many balls right down the middle as you would think. I think the combination of his velo and his stuff and his command is exceptional for a guy that throws that hard.
The one award Ohtani hasn't won is the Cy Young. We've talked about how he hasn't been hitting as much lately, and manager Dave Roberts has talked about feeling like whatever he's dealing with offensively could be affecting the mechanics. Does he win the Cy Young this year, though? Whoa. Like, is that in the cards, do you think? Based on what we're seeing, he's got to be in the conversation at this point.
Absolutely. I'd make him the front runner at this point. I mean, I haven't really looked into the rest of the league and what the guys are doing, but there's nobody with better stuff. I know that. And look what he's doing so far. I don't see him tailing off for any reason unless he gets hurt, hitting or on the bases or something like that. What do you think, George?
I mean, I think the guy, we're into mid-May right now, and the guy's got an ERA under 1. He's pitching every 5th day. I mean, he went 105 pitches today in 7 innings, couple walks, only gave up 4 hits. No hits in the 2nd through 5th innings. So, I mean, look, we've been seeing this now for years. And obviously he dealt with that second Tommy John surgery, so he didn't touch the mound for a while. Won a couple MVPs in those 2 seasons. But, I mean, look, obviously it's just the middle of May right now, and it's very early to make any kind of predictions like that on who's going to firmly maybe win it.
Yeah.
But, I mean, he is well on his way to having a very, very good year. And if he continues anywhere near the pace that he's on right now, it's going to be hard for anybody in the National League to vote for anybody other than Shohei for the Cy Young.
Yeah, Shohei with the best ERA in baseball right now. The favorite, according to Vegas, is Pirates ace Paul Skeens, but not far behind is Showtime, and he's going to continue to be in that conversation as the season moves on. It is time now, though, for Dollar Trivia. Which one of you is going to win this? Yes, that's right. Okay, so Shohei Ohtani has been dominant against the Giants, right? We've established that. But someone has scored a run in his starts against the Giants. Who was the Giants player who got the hit that scored a run against Shohei Ohtani? That is the question. I'm going to go to you first, the professor.
Can we call a friend?
Can you phone a friend? This isn't Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, dude. You don't got options.
No options. Well, let's go down the lineup here. I am going to say it was Luis Ariz.
Okay, Luis Ariz, no. But this is career. Let me remind you that his career.
Oh,
Shohei
okay.
Ohtani career.
Do I get another guess?
His career ERA, let me remind you, .32. So I'm talking about in all starts against the Giants. Who is the one player who got the hit that drove in a run? Yeah, we'll give you another guess. Why not? I'm making the rules. So
okay.
Sure.
Well, I'm going to.
So it doesn't necessarily mean on this year's team.
Okay. I'm stumped. Since it's Brandon Crawford night tomorrow night, I'm going to go with Brandon Crawford, but I don't know if he's ever faced him.
That's a good guess, but it is not Brandon Crawford, sadly.
Okay.
It is so it's somebody that
really good guess.
It's somebody that is not on this current team, is what you're insinuating.
I think
Hint,
so.
hint, wink, wink. I'm not supposed to give hints, but it's not someone who's currently on the team, no.
Not somebody who's currently on the team.
Who got a hit that drove in a run off Shohei Ohtani.
I'm going to say Patrick Bailey.
Not Patrick Bailey, but he has historically been really good against the Dodgers, so that's a really good guess. Now, the Daily Jackpot brought to you by River Rock Casino is the answer to this, and it was outfielder Mike Yastrzemski who hit a home run off Ohtani back in 2021. The Giants won that game. Don't forget that year they won 107 games, and they beat the Dodgers for the top spot in the National League West. That was the only year in the last 13 that the Dodgers did not win the division.
You're telling me that's the only run Ohtani's ever given up against the Giants?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
You know our producer Tedla's all over that. David
That
Tedla,
is
shout out to you.
unbelievable. He hasn't given up a home run in 5 years to the Giants.
Can you believe it?
Well, I believe
is
it because
wild.
you wouldn't be saying it if it wasn't
because
true.
we're saying it on TV, but
Oh,
still.
my gosh. That's a wild stat.
Isn't wild. So do I
We
get to
don't-
keep the dollar? I guess
Your
so.
dollar.
Yes,
You get to keep it.
You
All right.
keep it.
You just said you both said that, and you just said you guys are too funny.